everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Ep7, welcoming you to the 7th episode of the Pokemon firered Mewlocke challenge, where things are going to be a little bit different today, a little bit more abridged, as you see. So, long story short, recorded the last episode of the Mewlocke where we're fighting off against Blaine and also Giovanni, and I realized near the end the audio wasn't actually recording at any point until like the very end when I turned it back on. So yeah, unfortunately I'm one of those guys that likes to save a lot just in case of like crashes and chunks. So basically, right, I had two options. I could either just discard all this data and just ignore that it ever happened, ignore the Blaine fight, the Giovanni fight, all that stuff, or I could just go over it and surmise it real quick for you. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to give you all a brief abridged summary of what happened with Blaine, with Giovanni, all the good stuff in preparation for the final episode of this Mewlocke challenge. So, beginning today, we started off in our good old hometown. It's time to surf down south in order to face off against Blaine, the fiery type master who likes himself a quiz or two. And this is the part of the game where I realized, you know, Mew, he has become too powerful. There is little suspense here. It's time to start nerfing Mew a little bit. You know, we've removed his leftovers. Leftovers cool, but it just makes him too strong. And also, we're going to be skipping as many trainers as humanly possible it is to do, just so that Mew doesn't get too much more XP. I mean, a little XP here and there is fine, but we don't want Mew to be overpowered for the final fight. Here we are at Cinnabar Island. It's time to face off against the 7th gym leader, Blaine, and his fiery cohorts. But of course, Blaine is scared of us, and he's scared of everybody in the world who has surf to get here and all that. So he's locked the door. He's locked the door, and he's thrown away the key. Where is the key, you ask? It's in the Pokemon Mansion, in an abandoned building, of all places. It has to be illegal, but whatever, doesn't matter. You know, me and Mew, we can take on an abandoned building or two. That's not a big issue. And so, of course, me and Mew, we head on into the Pokemon Mansion. Creepy little building it is, and here is where some dark secrets begin to emerge. It turns out that not only Blaine, but Mr. Fuji, that little old man from Lavender Town, did some experimenting up in this place. They were experimenting to create Pokemon out of Pokemon, and they took our Mew, our beautiful baby boy, and through means that worry and somewhat disturb me, they made Mew give birth to my rival. They made Mew give birth to Mewtwo, and I question how that works. The mechanics of it are just mind-boggling, and for sure. But that's something we're not going to bring up with Mew. We're just going to let Mew be the innocent little boy that he always has been. And we're just going to pick up the secret key, and we're going to head out of this damn place. It's just time to go into the next gym. So, of course, we make our way into Blaine's gym. You have the option of doing some quizzes. And if you get the questions right, you don't have to do any battles against trainers. You get them wrong, of course, you have to battle the trainers. Naturally, we would want to battle all of these here trainers as we want our Pokemon to get stronger. But, as I've said, we want our Mew to get just a little bit humbled. We don't want Mew to be super over-leveled as it already, well, has been. So we're going to skip all the trainers for once. Luckily, these questions are like basic baby knowledge things, so not that difficult to do. And it's time to take on the bald Quizmeister. So Blaine, of course, he has his fiery Pokemon, things like Arcanine and Ninetales and stuff. For whatever weird reason, he does not have a Magmar. I don't know why he doesn't have a Magmar, but he does not. It's really weird, but Blaine does not have a Magmar in this one. So basically, nothing really to speak about this battle. Blaine, you know, I can see why he locked his gym door. He's trying to prevent everyone and their mother from having a volcano badge, because he is just that easy to wipe out with a few rock rolls. That's all it really takes. And with that, the volcano badge is ours. So exiting the gym, you'd think we're going to head right on to the next gym. But unfortunately for me, I did something silly. We ran into Bill, and he invited me out to an island. And for reasons I cannot explain, I don't know why I did this, I went with Bill. So, you know, we went off to the very creatively named Islands 1, 2, and 3. Very, very nicely named there, Nintendo. Very nice indeed. And here we meet Bill's friend, who is some kind of professor, and they ask us to deliver a rock to another buddy of theirs. Oh boy, it's the time of the game for side questing. It's essentially an island for side questing, and so I grit my teeth, and it's time to go and side quest on these islands. We're tracking down a man, trying to give him a rock, which is so much fun. But it's not actually all that terrible. As we make our way to the second island, it actually comes to light that the bikers from Celadon City have, for whatever reason, migrated all the way to these islands that are now causing a bit of a ruckus in town. Actually, a little interesting here. And, you know, as we are the nosy 10-year-olds that we are, we're going to have to take on these here bikers. Now, this is actually the most interesting part of the side bit. You actually battle all these trainers one after another, no breaks in between. Pretty nice little challenge right there if this was a normal, you know, Pokemon run and, you know, my Mew wasn't super over-leveled and is also a legendary Pokemon, but the notion stands that this is actually a pretty nice little side bit here. Regardless, Mew was able to take them all out, and, well, immediately they all just kind of run away. It would have been nice if they'd stuck around, maybe putting some effort there, but no, all you need to do, break up a violent gang, is just beat them up once in a Pokemon battle. That's all it takes, apparently. So we continue on in our adventure, and it turns out that the man we're looking for, well, his daughter is missing. So, oh boy, side quests into side quests. If you ever know that about it, man, here we go. We gotta find a little girl. We basically gotta find a little girl, and so that's what we did. We ran into the forest, and lo and behold, we find little girl being accosted by a hypno. I think this is where all the creepypastas come into play. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was a creepypasta or two or a dozen or something like that. But yeah, lo and behold, of course, our Mew is significantly stronger than a level 30 hypno. We just send him blasting off again. Eventually, we get the girl back to her father. And you'd think at the end of all this there'd be some kind of crazy reward or something, but no, it's a moonstone. We did all this for a moonstone. Regardless, it's time to finally get off this bloody island. Let's get back to the actual adventure. And it's time to take on the final gym. Now, Giovanni, of course, he lives in good old Viridian City, after having his butt handed to him by a 10-year-old, not just once, but twice at this point. He has retreated to his gym in order to, start rebuilding his team. Which, mind you, again, it was defeated by a 10-year-old in the span of, like, a day or two. That's basically what happened with Giovanni. But it's time for us to take on his gym, and one weird thing about Giovanni's gym that I never noticed before, there's like 5 trainers in this gym, and you only have to fight 2 of them? Like, what's the point of even having a floor puzzle if the puzzle's not even that much of a floor puzzle? You can literally skip most of the gym and still get everything you want out of it. But that's just nitpicking at this point. Let's take on Giovanni, the man. He says he's not holding back no more. Well, guess what? I am holding back, and I'm still gonna kick your butt. And so Giovanni starts sending out his ground Pokemon, and this is where things get a little bit more technical. You see, I can't be spamming my Mew's dig ability, which I would have liked to have used, because most, if not all of Giovanni's Pokemon, they have Earthquake. And that means my Mew would take extra damage. Conversely, I can't really use Rollout either, because none of Giovanni's Pokemon are going to be, like, super affected by Rollout, and that's just not going to work. Plus, it's a physical contacting move and a lot of Poison Point Pokemon on Giovanni's team. And so, we are relying on our Solar Beam for this final fight. It is neutral damage against the Nidoking, the Nidoqueen, and it'll do super effective to the Rhyhorns and the Dugtrio. I'm not sure why Giovanni doesn't have a Rhydon at this point in the game. It seems very strange, considering, you know, Lance has underleveled Dragonites. Why can't Giovanni have an underleveled Rhydon? It's just kind of silly. It really is, but, yeah, boom wakachoo, there you go. Mew easily clocks in and destroys all of Giovanni's team. So, therein lies the 7th and 8th badges. It would have been nice if the gym leaders had been a little tougher there, but unfortunately for them, Mew is too goated. But hopefully with the final fights coming up, Mew will be taking a little bit more of a hit. Regardless, it's time to start heading into the Indigo Plateau. But we have one more battle against our rival Mewtwo, and thankfully this is the part where I realized the audio was off, and I turned the damn thing back on. So here's that surviving footage. Alright, Mewtwo, it's time to kick some booty! One last time, you might think you stand a chance, but you really don't, brother. You really don't. I'm just gonna roll you over. Also, can we talk about the fact that you're the son of my Mew? That I think we needed to talk about, but damn, your Pidgeot has somehow survived the first hit of Rollout every single time. Do not ask me how, do not ask me why, but you have. Do not ask me how. Doesn't make much sense. All right, your Rhyhorn will dodge that. That's fine. I didn't want to waste all of my rollout on that thing anyway. Let's Solar Beam it. We're Solar Beam! I hope you'll have a Rhydon in the final fight. I mean, you have a Rhyhorn. Wait. Did you have a Rhyhorn in the original game? I don't remember him having a Rhydon in the original Pokemon Red. Maybe that's something they added. I don't know, but regardless, you have 6 Pokemon. Gyarados. He's got a Gyarados. This is good, though. This is going to be a good idea of how rollout will work against Lance. Yeah, very nice. Although that did not do half as much damage as I would have liked it to have done. Not even half as much damage. Come on, Mew. Destroy it. Annihilate it. There you go, Mew. There you go. Very good. Alrighty. Mew. Destroy everything in your path. Still has that mother flipping Growlithe. Still has that, but it's all 45. Just throw a Firestone on it already. There you go. Alright, well, I guess Giovanni at least put up some kind of... Not really. Mew is too tough, but I'm glad I took off the leftovers anyway. That would have made it just too easy. Oh, hey! I saw your cousin harassing children. You know, maybe you should do something about that, Alakazam. It's not really his deal, but, you know, I'm gonna tease him regardless. Okay. Mew. Goodness gracious me, you're almost level 72. And there's your rival. There's your rival, Mew. It's Venusaur. And there you go! Another one bites the dust. And now Mewtwo has once again gotten his butt handed to him by our unstoppable move. Loosen me up, ready for the league, need more practice. Yeah, sure I do. But yeah, here we go. It's time. I'm not even gonna bother healing or anything. It's time for me and Mew and the rest of the team that doesn't really matter to go for the Pokemon League. That's the Boulder badge. Go right. Yeah, I like how they count all your badges in the first gen. I don't think they do that again until like Gen 5 or something. I also like the implication that, well, I guess you can go back here once you get the Boulder badge, Cascade badge, all that good stuff. But like, why would you? Like the minute you see that you need the second badge, would you really come back here every time you got a new badge? Would you? I don't think you would. Yep, good old rainbow badge, Erica. Very disappointing gym leader. You'd think she would have been better, but regrettably no. The soul badge. Okay, that one was actually relatively tough. Probably the only tough gym we've had this whole playthrough. Who would have known? Koga was just actually kind of decent. And then we open into the Marsh badge, which could have been a little tougher. Could have been a little bit tougher there. And next should be... Oh yeah, here's where we can catch a Ditto if I wanted to. I could catch a Ditto if I felt like it, but I don't. Volcano badge, yeah, more annoying than anything else. More of an annoying gym to go through than anything else. Freaking volcano badges. Is there anything over here? Lower store, okay. I was like, is there gonna be a PP up or an ether or something? But no, there's nothing of the sort. Pass here if you have the earth badge, or the dirt badge, the badge of dirt. And so here it is, folks. The end of the episode. Alrighty. I gotta get to editing, but thank you very much for watching another episode of the Pokemon firered Mewlocke. Next episode is the finale. We're gonna go through Victory Road, we're gonna destroy the Elite Four, and we're gonna kick Mewtwo's butt one more time, baby. I may or may not grind a smidge. I kinda doubt it. But I might. I might, I don't know, but for now, thank you very much for watching. Till next time, your boy Memphis is signing out. I'll see you guys again very soon. Till then, peace out.